first video game that you remember playing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, my name is Jordyn, so I'm a professor in the engineering department at Chabot, and I started the Game Lab. So I'm currently the director of the Game Lab. We started last year. Kind of a platform where students can do industry things because there's a strong tie from STEM to industry that I wanted to share with them, especially that is cross-disciplinary. So it brings a lot of majors together, a lot of opportunities to work with programs and work on skills that students would enjoy, which are through games, like tabletop games and video games.
This is Monica Rico. She's part of the Game Lab. She's a computer science major. She's also one of the programmers that worked on To the Moon, which is a video game that the Game Club developed.
This is Alejandro Gonzalez. He is a computer science major as well and part of Game Lab as well, and programmer who worked on the project To the Moon.
It's a arcade platformer style game, and it essentially we were inspired by the idea of a mobile game called Doodle Jump. So it follows the same, I guess you could say, formula for how that game works. So you have a little character that bounces up on platforms, and you try to go as high as you can. Well, at least for Doodle Jump, yeah, you try to obtain a high score. But for our game, we actually have an end goal, which is you actually reach the moon.
Hence the name.
Yes, hence the name.
So we work on things that tie to Roblox, to Meta, to Xbox, and adaptive controllers, hardware and software. So I really wanted to share that experience coming from industry, especially working as an engineer.
I guess my favorite part about the game process, the game development process, it has to be the brainstorming and the decision making of what to finalize into the game. Why? Because honestly, you can create anything, and at that point, it's basically all imagination to the board, no matter how ridiculous, how realistic, or how unrealistic it can be.
Right. So for myself, I had always dabbled in game design, always a little bit here, a little bit there, but I was never really too invested into it until I joined the Chabot Game Lab. I really found my passion for a video game there.
For me, I don't specifically remember the first game I played, but the very first device that I had was a Nintendo DS. So it would be one of those games, but I know that the game that I always played the most was a game called, was a spin-off game of the Dragon Quest series called Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. That was the game that I played the most.
Surprisingly, would be Black Ops Call of Duty games on the PS2.